Plus, what does the Wall Street drama mean for the average San Diegan? We'll talk with a financial planner. Stay with us.
Welcome to San Diego's most popular local morning news. Good morning, San Diego.
All right, so what does the financial meltdown mean for you? David Davis has a guest to explain. Good morning.
So much going on, and it's all overwhelming. The Lehman Brothers bankruptcy, the Merrill Lynch buyout resulted, of course, in the worst day on Wall Street in 7 years yesterday. So what does this mean for the average Joe? Well, we've got the president of the Financial Planning Association, Hillel Katzeff, with us here to answer some of those questions, hopefully. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, the idea here is that was Wall Street and the panic there, but now we're talking Main Street. We're talking about the average person that invests, right? Yeah,
that's absolutely right.
Tell me what your average investor is like. What has he got?
Well, I think that the average investor is first of all very scared right now because there's an earthquake on Wall Street and now there's ripples across the world and it's affecting everybody. So the average person may have an IRA, they may have a job, they may be a dual income household, they've got responsibilities for kids, and this is some very serious events happening in their lives because their life savings are being affected. The foundations, the foundations to the economy have been rattled to the core.
Right.
So now they're very, very scared at this point.
You're getting phone calls?
Not as many because my clients are prepared. They have a plan. They diversify. They're not having all of their eggs in one basket. And that's one of the strategies that really I try to encourage clients to look towards. It's not just putting all your eggs in one basket.
Let's talk about that retirement plan because they lost about 4% of their savings yesterday, correct?
That's correct.
All right.
But compared to approximately 20% after the events of 9/11, so it's put that in context. But we've been through these earthquakes and storms before, and I think that the resilience of the economy still will rebound, but this is something very different and something that has rattled the average investor.
Okay, now you're talking about your clients are well informed and ready for this, but let's talk about, again, the average Joe who's dealing with his own 401, who's dealing with his own pension. What should they do at this point? Should they be looking at it to make changes, or should they sit tight?
Well, it's a very good question, and I would suggest that they speak with their financial professional, and if their financial professional doesn't want to speak to them right now or not willing to,
there's some available, right?
There are some, and they should go to the fpasandiego.org website because that is the association of financial planners in San Diego. In fact, it's an international association of 28,000 financial advisors that are ready, willing, and able to help the average investor with how to allocate, how to protect their assets, and how to grow them for the long term.
All right, some of the big investors feel like this is a great time to jump in.
Absolutely.
We're seeing that happen.
You know, it's interesting. It's fear that prevents us from taking action, and sometimes it's greed that is the other end of that spectrum. But you know, now if you just look at it objectively and take a step back, it's an excellent time to start looking at how to take advantage of the current situation, which is buying back into the market. I attended a seminar last week, and the keynote speaker there said at the end, it's not what happens to you, it's what you do about it. Now, these are events that are affecting us and the average person that we don't have much control, if any, but it's what they do or what we do, which means talking to your advisor, becoming more educated, learning, and making sure that you take action now.
And you say buying back in. Yesterday I got some advice to maybe stay away from the stocks right now and go after the bonds. What are you hearing about the bond market?
Not necessarily. I mean, it's certainly very risky out there, but now's a very good time to talk to your professional and make sure that you have a diversified portfolio of stocks and bonds and cash and real estate and everything. I mean, now's probably as good a time to buy, believe it or not, as ever.
Right. Now, the Fed, we're talking this morning that the Fed may even cut interest rates anymore. What does that do for the average consumer? Is that a good thing or a bad thing if they cut it again?
That's going to be a good thing. The problem is that because of all these disruptions on Wall Street, the average investor, even though interest rates are being cut, they're paying more on their home loans and on their car loans because it's just the average consumer's affected that much more. Unfortunately, that's just how it works. So if interest rates are cut, maybe the average investor will get a break.
Your best advice right now is don't try to do this on your own. Find someone that can help you, that knows what they're doing professionally.
I say if you can do it on your own, go ahead. Educate yourself, make prudent decisions. But if you need help, the Financial Planning Association and its members are a great place to go.
All right, Hillel Katzeff, thank you very much for sharing your advice with us.
Thanks, David.